2, 1.
All right, guys, part 3. Sorry, they kind of keep cutting off. Come here, because my daughters want to get in there. So, last part, guys, here, and I kind of talk about it. So, let me get rid of this. All right. So, last little part, if you scroll down to the very bottom here, my dog loves water bottles. Hey, Achilles, come here. Drop. Good boy. So, the last little part, again, it has that link to the flexible dyeing, just to go back to look and go through. Now, as you kind of probably seen, I kind of talked about in the last video there, that fat, you don't see a lot of F's up here just because they kind of has built-in fat. So I don't really count that or think of different sources for that because, again, if you go back to MyFitnessPal, when you type in different things, it'll have that fat in there. So if you're eating pretty, again, clean and chicken and those types of things, eggs, different oatmeal, stuff like that, but at the end of the day, if you went through and calculated all that out, it's going to come somewhere between 20 to 60, maybe 80 grams of fat. So it's kind of like built in. And just because I cook with olive oil and I cook with different things that way, I kind of get my fat sources that way. So I don't really kind of worry about my number with fat as you go. So that's kind of, I've had that question before. I don't see any F's. That's kind of how it works. But other times I'll eat avocados with my eggs. I'll have bacon. It just comes from different oils. So again, the more you can kind of stay away from fast food and things like that, just kind of the obvious things, the better. So the other 2 links, guys, this is kind of where you can plug and chug now. So, and I pulled them up already. Just click it, copy it up here, and go from there. So this is 40 high protein sources and 40 low carb sources of carbohydrates and then protein. So this is kind of where you can plug and chug. So what I'm doing right now currently is kind of going through. So that's, you kind of saw kind of a standard for kind of 5 meals spread out. Now, if you only eat 3, again, this is still the way to do this is think, again, that flip-flop model. A big source of protein. Oh, didn't capitalize that one. It's okay. Protein, higher fat. And then I'll kind of go little c for lower carb. What are you doing, Achilles? And why fix this? If you guys want to see my dog. Who's that? Hey, Bubba. All right. That's my dog. So now if you're going at approach this way of a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 3 meals a day, the easiest way to do this is think again. Okay. Drop. Sorry. A protein source, a carb source for breakfast, lunch, a big protein source, carb. And when you get to dinner, try to keep that carb lower. Again, it's better to have carbs throughout the day as you're moving and getting all the energy in, and then not having a huge one at dinner unless you're working out after. But most people work out in the morning or they work out in the evening right here, and then they come home to dinner. So again, keep those carbs low. So now this is kind of where you can plug and chug. For protein, again, I pull up these lists of protein sources. And sorry, again, the video makes my internet slow. Wait for it to pull up. It's super slow. It's actually a big page too. Let's re-enter really quick. There we go. Back to it. So now when you go through it, again, these just go through, and it's from bodybuilding.com, which is actually not a bad site for different things. This has 40 high protein sources. They have breakfast ones. They have kind of snack ones that even break them down into servings and how much protein they have in there. So as you go through, cottage cheese, and so on and so on. So take a gander as you go through this. Again, they'll have a bunch of information on different things. Pick and choose what you like to eat. So again, some people don't like fish. I get it. Some people don't like to eat chicken all the time. I get that too. So it's, I could sit down here and tell you to eat, chicken and broccoli every kind of meal. But again, that does get boring and people fall off. So as you go through this, pick and choose and plug in. So I'm going to exit out of that one. I'll show you the carb one here in a sec just because it's slowing down. But so again, that breakfast one, protein would be eggs, carbs would be toast, oatmeal, whatever it may be. Lunch, again, easiest ways to do are chicken, steak, sandwiches, and kind of things like that with a kind of smaller carb. Dinner, people do pretty good on actually, whether it be chicken, steak, asparagus, different types of things like that they like to mix. And go back to those carb ones, same kind of things. These will have healthy carbs. So again, not chips and crap like that, where it's just going to be all unhealthy stuff you're eating. This will go through, let me kind of give you a couple examples. So again, they count a lot of carbs as vegetables and fruit are carbohydrates. So again, that's some people can overeat on some of those, but again, they'll have you'll see a lot of kind of veggies and stuff on here, but they'll have other types of like potatoes and kind of things like that. So again, when you kind of switch up this lifestyle change, it is still eating those types of healthy kind of carbs and proteins. So, and as I created our Facebook group today, what I'll have is actually a section kind of for recipes and things like that. Just so one, to mix things up, but then also to have a new kind of not compliance, but again, go back to that consistency part where you want to eat these types of food and they actually taste good. So it's not just bland eating chicken and that kind of crap all the time. It does get boring. Now I can do it just because I'm used to it and I've been doing it for a while, so it doesn't affect me anymore. But that's why I schedule kind of like a cheat meal. And we'll kind of talk about that too in a second, just to kind of keep you on track. So again, as we go through this, as you watch these videos, if you have any questions, feel free to text me. I'll kind of talk to people as we go, but it's a lot simpler if I kind of walked you through step by step. So that's how you set up. Now, again, it's going to be a lot of experimenting. Figure out what works best for yourself, what makes you feel full, make sure you're enjoying what you're eating, but staying consistent. But again, when you first kind of start off, try to keep these carbs a little bit lower, and you'll notice a big dramatic difference by adding a lot more of these proteins. Again, it's something that typically some people don't eat in their normal diet. Now, cheat meals. So I do one cheat meal a week just to stay sane and I kind of look forward to it. So my cheat meals are on Thursdays, just because it's kind of like my biggest day. I have the most free time. Everything kind of works out. And that's where we go out to eat, or I pick up something. Sometimes it's still healthy like Chipotle, or my biggest thing I love to get Buffalo Wild Wings. I just love wings. They taste great. So wings and stuff like that, it's still a big source of protein, but it's also really unhealthy with all the ranch and onion rings or whatever you normally get with it as well. So now cheat meals, again, try to keep those small. Again, 80% rule, Monday through Friday, good. Be as strict as you can. Now the weekends, you can let up a little bit just because it's social events, social time, family, blah, 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 whatever it may be. Try not to still somewhat eat consistently this way. If you're going to cheat on the weekends, try to do just one meal. Don't have a whole cheat day where you're eating crap as you go. And it happens sometimes, like if you're going on vacation or have an event that weekend, it happens, go with it, not a big deal. Restart the next day. Booze, keep limited. Like in our talk to, if you haven't gone through it, again, one beer is equivalent to like 3 to 7 pieces of bread. So again, booze, it's really bad for your body, and everyone knows that, but it's still fun to drink. So if you do drink, so best I can say is you're going to do it limited to maybe one day a week. If even that, I drink maybe once or twice a month, but that's just because I'm out of my partying college stage. So, again, it's just excess calories. If you think about it, again, one beer has 90 to 160 calories. So typically people drink anywhere from 3 to 10. So you're putting all that extra calories in you, and it does take a while to burn that off. So again, the better you can be about drinking less, the more results you'll see. So again, take out that bread, dairy, sugar, and booze, and you'll see a lot of results. Now, guys, if you have any questions, again, feel free to talk to me in person, shoot me a text. I'm always open. Unless it's past my bedtime, and then I won't answer. But like I said, shoot me a text, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this helped out, guys. Excited to kind of help get everyone's meals on plan or on track.